Hello and welcome to another recording for my channel. This will be another Star Trek Online Age of Discovery playthrough. We'll be continuing and finishing off Klingon War story arc. Taskforce Operations, Romulan Imperial Minefield. Let's get started.
We have a large number of operations going on in various parts of the galaxy, and we're constantly in need of ships and crew to work in these joint efforts. We've learned of a remote system where elements of the old Romulan Star Empire are trying to take over an asteroid mining facility. Nobody wants to see that happen, so there's a joint operation underway to stop them. Sign on to the Taskforce operation for the Romulan Imperial Minefield and see if you can lend a hand.
Okay. So this is a repeatable mission. You can do it at any point. And this is where you'll find Taskforce Operations. Once you get through a certain number of them, it will actually fill up this entire page of a whole heap of different types that there are. They have deleted a few, but I do believe there are still quite a lot left. So what we're going to do is we're going to join 4 other players and work as a team to finish this operation. Well, that was quick. Doesn't normally take that long. It's not normally that quick, I should say. So now we got to wait for it to load. So it should take less than a minute to load. Okay. As you can see, I'm starting on Earth space dock again. Is that it? Yeah. So once I get to level 20, I will be upgrading my equipment. So I will be going to the exchange and showing you the not the best, but my way of updating my crew and why I do it that particular way.
Our intelligence services have discovered an Imperial Romulan operation to take over the mining facilities in this remote area of space. They're using these asteroid mines to collect materials for constructing more warbirds. We need to rescue the transport ships by breaking through the Romulan forces, destroying their minefields, and liberating the processing centers.
Okay, we've got a countdown. Tactical, what should I know about fighting Romulans? You can quickly read that. Pause the game if you have to. Whoa, they got some good weapons. Okay.
The Romulans have cloaked mines next to the transports. Keep an eye out.
Okay, so with these things, I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna pass on that. So basically, what happens is the team has there's 5 of you, and all 5 of you can choose whether to keep or pass on those. And there's a roll of a dice, and whoever gets the highest number, it's all automated within the game, gets to keep that piece of equipment. Come on. You can do it. Why? Just stop firing for some reason.
Excellent work against those frigates. Just a few more to go.
There we go, I was waiting for that to happen. Alrighty, I think that's a phaser cannon volley if you're wondering what that attack was. I'm looking for red. Okay, they're fighting off in the distance. That's the biggest arrow, so we'll head for that. Why am I turning? Yeah, we'll head for this one. Up a bit. Right, off to this. I think they just finished this off. Oh no. Okay, I'll head out for this one over here. What's going on? I'm not finding any targets up here. I can see targets here. Okay. Let's have a look at this. I want to be close to that. Nah. I'm moving so slowly it's hard to tell if I'm moving. I need better engines. Okay, so that second item I actually got. This one I'm going to pass on because I don't need them. That a warp core? No. Over there, okay. Oh, there they are. What is that? I've never seen that before. It's like a warp core breach on a Romulan warbird. Hang on, what's all this over
Shock
here?
isn't over yet. The enemy has disabled nearby mining facilities. Each facility will need several repairs to restore complete functionality. The local system relies on these resources for survival.
Okay, go to rally point. Okay, so that looks like it might be a flagship. Do I have to stop? Oh, what? Am I not close enough? Oh, I wasn't close enough, okay. Well, they've adjusted those then, because you said didn't have to be that close.
Facility Beta is safe.
Okay, they're all flying off in that direction. It's better to work as a team, so staying together. No, not too close. Yeah, that's a warp core breach. You got to be careful of those. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get better engines. Something popped up there for a second. What? How close do I have to be? There we go.
Facility Alpha is back online.
Okay. You can see how fast the enemy goes down when you're working as a team. Come on. By the time my speed gets back, I will not be able to fire on anything.
Warning, ship is under attack.
That's a mine. Grab a tractor beam mine. Mine. And there you go. Slow down again. Have to wait. There we go. Where can I?
Target shield has failed.
So we just got an accolade for destroying a certain number of Telshia, or Romulan vessels, sorry. Normally you can't repair while you're being fired upon, so... Okay, let's repair that and get this over and done with. There's 2 more there, so this should be done in no time.
Facility Gamma is up and running. Even though you've defeated their ships, liberated the asteroid factories, and repaired the disabled mining facilities, they don't seem to get the message. Sensors have detected the warbird Falcata leading a battle group to this system at high warp. The Falcata will probably try to blockade orbital processing plants. In order to protect the civilians in this system, we must regain control of the plants. Destroy the Falcata if necessary, and free those civilians.
Okay. So this mission will only take as long as it takes for a team effort to destroy everything. So sometimes it can take 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes it can take 15 minutes, depending on how strong the team is and how well you work together. Is that it? Oh, you don't want to be in that. What the? I'm not sure what's going on. There you go. That's why you don't want to be in the middle of that when it goes off. Just activate everything and hope for the best. Why is it not firing?
Hull integrity below 50%.
I need better engines. Let's do it. Come on. Come on, jeez, that is really bad. That was horrible. Okay, I'm too close to the blast radius. Probably got to get destroyed. Nope, good. Okay, so once you finish a...
Excellent! The area is secure and we restored peace in the system. I'll mention your efforts in my official report. Chimera out.
So if you're wondering who that is, that's actually Norg from Deep Space Nine. He actually played a Ferengi child in that, and then he towards the end he joined Starfleet. So I'm really happy that the game has actually added him in, and that's the actual voice. The voice is the actual actor of Norg, so that's really good. Okay, so every time you do a task force operations, you will get the opportunity of a marks package. The marks go to your reputation system, which activates at level 50. So if you start collecting them early on in the game when you're like very low level, at level 50 when this happens, you will actually have a lot of things already saved up. So I haven't even gotten there yet, and you can see how many marks I've got saved up, including fleet marks. I'm not even in a fleet, and I've got 89 fleet marks, and I can't do anything with this until level 50. Now I can join a fleet right now, but I will do that at some other point. Okay, mission rewards acquired. So R&D materials. This is a very good way to get R&D materials. Every time you finish a mission, you will get one. You don't always get consoles, but you will always get a few points and a few dilithium. Not this much, because the first time you get it, you get that much, and then the second time it's maybe a couple of hundred. But, you know, if you do all the missions that are here, like 15 or 20 missions, you can get a couple of thousand dilithium expertise and a couple of dozen R&D material boxes. So we'll leave this map, and we'll level up, I guess. So let's quickly have a look at the ship, because I'm very confused. So before I accept the mission, I just want to see what my ship is. Okay, so...
Job well done. We have operations like this going on constantly, so whenever you have the time, join a task force operation. As you rise in rank and experience, more operations will be available to you.
Oh, there you go. Just said what I thought was happening. So, 2,750 shields. So once I go past level 16, that should go up because the ship levels with you. I think that's the way it works.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
You've done well. And while there are still issues at the Klingon front, it's time to move to a bigger picture. Come see me at Earth Space Dock for new information.
Okay. So again, transporter room to Earth Space Dock. If you just walk down the ramp and turn left, the Admiral's office is behind this waterfall. Once we get to level 20, we'll talk to Agent Cray as well, because there's a few unlocks.
Come see me at Earth Space Dock.
Oh, there you go.
You've done excellent work so far, so I want to expand the range of your mission profiles. There are trouble spots all over the galaxy. Good Starfleet captain never shies from engaging with trouble and trying to solve problems. Within the bounds of the Prime Directive, of course. You'll find patrols at systems scattered all across the quadrant, where enemy ships or local problems need help. We also have trouble spots in other parts of the galaxy, such as Nimbus 3, Drozana Station, and the Defera system. Check into these kinds of trouble spots as time permits.
Okay, so these used to be episodes. So if you get to the Nimbus 3 star system, you will open up the Orion Syndicate storyline that used to be part of the Klingon storyline that they've deleted. Droza Station is also another short mission that was in the Cardassian Struggle. Let's have a quick look at this. So the Cardassian Struggle used to have a Droza Station option, and they've deleted something from here that was a brain invasion. That's the Defara system. So that's so the episodes that have been deleted from here, you can actually pick up just by randomly flying around the galaxy. So that's, I didn't expect that to be it. Report to Admiral Quinn. Understood, Admiral. That's it. We just finished the Klingon story arc. I thought there would be more of a thing to it. They've really changed a lot in this game. Okay.
Pick up Damar Khan on Starbase 114 and bring him to Starbase 39 Sierra. Starbase 114 is located in the Celis system in the Beta Quadrant.
Sounds like a Cardassian name. So we're on Earth space dock. Where is he? I don't see an arrow. Well, anyway, that is another video. Yep. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at what we got. Nothing for 16. Lieutenant Commander, space ability, experience, fire on my mark. So these are training manuals you should be able to create, I believe. Bridge officer, we did that last video. So nothing actually unlocked that much. We got a few extra points to spend on our experience and a few extra training manuals. Commendations. This you can find the commendations right here. Overview in your duty officer. So that's the same thing as your commendation. So there's different ways to find the same information. So if you get lost, you can always find different things. Now let's go to the exchange quickly, and I'll show you two different ways of getting equipment that will help you. Now, like I said, I only update my crew at every second level promotion, so level 20 and 40, and then 60 is the highest one. So at level 60 you can get everything. So you can see that my ship was kind of slow in turning, it was taking a bit of damage. So there's two different ways. One, you can just type in an item like phaser and search, or you can find bridge officers, personal equipment. There you are. Personal weapon and search. It'll bring up every single weapon. As you can see, a standard phaser is only 4 energy credits. Now you can upgrade that. Now what I want to do is I want to go for a level 6. And as you can see, level 6 pops up, but any word that has a VI in it, I'm not sure what you'd find, but level will be there. And as you can see, in red, just under salvageable, it says Commander. So if you have a look at this, nope, not that. This, level 20, you become a Commander. So you want to go for level 6. So as you can see, it's about 1,400, and you've got yourself and your 4 bridge officers. So you've got to buy 5 weapons. Okay, you've got to buy 5 weapons. So your bridge officers only have the 1 weapon slot. You've got to buy 5 shields, 5 body armor, and then if you want to, you can buy devices. But they're the 3 main ones you've got to get. You're the only one with a kit. Your kit is your bridge officers' abilities, basically. So they have abilities, and your abilities are what comes with the kit. So if you're wondering why you're the only one that has it and your crew don't, that's the trade-off. They have their own skills that they work with. They have a skill tree that you can put into this station. So if you click here, you can see that if you click here, they're the only ones available. But if you go to the skill training, you can actually get training manuals, unlock this, and then change the skill settings for them, for some of them. Also, you can change their specialization. They'll always be a tactical officer, but they could also do command specialties, intelligence specialties, miracle worker, pilot, and so forth. And we'll get into that when I'm at level 60, because there are so many. This is just the tactical, science, and engineering. That's the basic one. That's ensign. You got lieutenant, lieutenant commander, and commander. And because you're a captain, you can't promote them past a captain. So you can see that when you get to that, and then when you get to command specialist, intelligent, there's not as many, but that just keeps going down and down, and you can just keep scrolling up and down to find those things. So the first way is to collect, is to buy them from here. So you're looking at 7,000 credits just to get your basic weapons. And if you don't want the disruptor, you want a Tetrion, it's almost 2,000, and there's only one there. Tetrion, you keep going down, another 2,000. So if you want to do it that way, you'll actually have to pay about 2,000 per level 6 weapon. Personal shields, let's do a search. 10,000, and that's basic shield. 16,000, I don't know why that one's more expensive than that one. People will sell it for whatever they want. And as you can see, there are different things. The capacity of this shield maximum capacity is 207, whereas this standard one is 188. So the capacity is more. The regeneration rate of this one, you can see it regenerates 3.8 shield capacity every 2 seconds, whereas the capacity one just has the standard 3 second. So this one actually generates 6.8 every 2 seconds. You've got capacity and plasma. So this takes less plasma damage, and as you can see from the price jump from here, from about between 10 and 60,000, so it's double digits to triple digits, the 100,000, 300,000, a million. You can see there's quite a jump. So you can actually spend a couple of 100,000 personal armor. Again, if you don't want the energy dampening, you've got to go to physical, which is basically blunt trauma, weapons and grenades for better protection against that. But most of the time, you'll need an energy dampening sort of armor. But you will be up against creatures that do a personal attack and don't actually have weapons. But as you can see, for your basic ones, you're looking at 3,000. But for the ones you really want, you're looking at 30 to 100, 200,000. Now, you can very easily spend well over 1 million credits on setting up your 5 main crew, your captain and your 4 away team members. What I do personally is I will just sell everything. I will come in here, grab anything in my inventory, I'll bring it over here and just sell it. Once I get to level 20, the very first item I get, whether it's a phaser, disruptor or plasma rifle, I will equip it. That way, even though I'm losing money on selling it, because once you equip some items, you can't sell them. Let's have a look if it says that. Account bind on equip. So if you don't use it, you can sell it. If you do use it, you can't sell it. It'll be bound to your character or your account, depending on what it says up the top there. And you won't be able to sell it. You'll have to discard it. That's the only thing you can really do. You can possibly salvage it, but you won't be able to sell it. So you'll be stuck with it throughout your game. Now, for personal shield like this, you can actually upgrade it. Just bring it over, shove it in there, get the upgrade slot thing, and then upgrade it. And then you can keep the same shield throughout the game and just upgrade it. But with me, what I like to do is at level 20, I will collect the level 6. So you can see level 10 to 19 is Lieutenant Commander. You can get a level 3 or a level 4. At level 20 to 29, you'll get a level 5 and a level 6. Anything that's level 6, I will slot that in first to my officers. Now, the reason I don't care about whether it's a plasma or a phaser, so you've got disruptor and phaser here, is if your away team has has a plasma rifle, Tetrion rifle, a Polaron rifle, you can actually get accolades. The more damage you put out, the more accolades you get. And if you have each member for different energy weapon damage, you can actually get your accolades up. Towards the end of the game, when you get to level 15 and 16, or that sort of 14 and 15 level weapons, you can either stick with all the Federation phasers if you're playing a truly Federation character that only uses phasers. But in this time, in this particular timeline of Star Trek, everything's all over the place. There's people teaming up, and like the Klingons and the Romulans and the Federation will team up for a particular mission, then depart their ways, and so on and so forth. So it's really up to your gameplay whether or not you just want to go for the phaser. But with the accolades, let's see, display in progress, damage. So you receive disruptor damage. Damage kinetic, damage phaser, damage receive. So as you can see, receive, deal disruptor damage, deal kinetic damage. So that's punching and throwing grenades. So you can see you'll get an accolade for it. So you will have to firstly get 100, then 1,000, and then 100,000. It goes up. I think there's 3 or 4 levels. But I'll just have a quick look at the complete. 25 projectile is 100, 25,000. So you can just see every time you get to a certain level of damage, ship damage is higher than personal damage. But if you want to get the accolades, you can see which ones you don't have yet. But there are ones here that aren't active. So when you start the Romulan storyline, the accolades will actually pop up with a Romulan story arc. So once you finish a story arc, you get an accolade for finishing it. So it depends on how you want to play the game. If you just want to play anything. Now, the way I understand they've changed it is, from now on, basically what you had to do, and it doesn't look like it's like that because I can't see the hail option. But apparently, once you finish a certain number of missions, you can skip past this and go and do another one. Whereas in the old way, you had to finish this story arc before you could do that, and you just had to go down the list one by one. And you had to be a particular level, like you had to be level 20, 21, and 22 to just go through the missions. So as I understand it, they've changed it now so that at a certain point, once you get to a certain level, or after you've done a certain number of missions, you can actually do any mission in any order, but we'll wait and see how we go with that. I think that's pretty much enough for this particular video playthrough. If you have any further questions about exchange and weapons damage or accolades, I'm more than happy to do a video on that. Just leave a specific question, like if you just leave a question about I just want to see more about accolades, it's really hard to do that because if I go to another character, you'll see there are tons of accolades. Also, if you go to the wiki, you'll find there are some accolades that have been deleted from the game. They're no longer in the game because of story changes and stuff like that. They've actually deleted particular accolades that are no longer relevant. If you watched my last episode on how to get dilithium from Zen or Zen from dilithium, you'll see that I actually went to the dilithium exchange and put some Zen in there. Okay. 285 it is. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to sell it for 300. So I want to get 300 dilithium. And again, coming into Christmas, there's going to be special events. I actually got, I think, 400 at one point, 400 dilithium for a Zen, just because when there's a special event on where dilithium and Zen are needed, people just put it in there and try to get as much as they can. So I'm just going to leave that there. I don't need it. I'm not in any rush for it. Once I get to level 20, I'll get a free ship token, plus I've got all the ships that are unlocked in the Z store that I don't have to buy again. So I've got enough options there for now. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what else I can show you in this video. I guess I could show you exactly how to train a bridge officer in a particular weapons damage, because with that last Romulan mission, you could see there were mines all over the place and you could only target one at a time. So when you come down here, hopefully this guy sells this particular... No, not that one. This one. It says this one here, fire at will. You want to be able to upgrade it. So that's a level 2. Level 3. I think that's level 3. Yeah, level 3 is the highest. So if you want to get level 3, you want to learn that. You come to this guy. Okay. Tactical space. And let's scroll down to the bottom. Look at level 3s. Hey, he doesn't have level... Oh, maybe I can't buy them yet because I'm not... Oh, maybe they're not locked for me yet because I'm not a level 20. But you can actually see level 1 there. And as you come down the bottom, there's level 2. Okay, so tactical. Let's have a look at what I want for my tactical officer. Torpedo spread. Let's see if he has torpedo spread. Tactical torpedo spread. There it is. So for 250 credits, it pops in here. to your inventory. You can see it right there. Now that it's there, I can learn it. I can only learn it once. It's 1 manual per person. And now I can, instead of doing 1 torpedo that has high yield, I can change this to a torpedo that does a spread of like, damages 3 targets. So as long as you use that within the 30-second cooldown, you can actually target 3 targets and get a bit of damage. So if you've got 3 mines that have no shields, they'll get straight hull damage, and you can actually take out those mines pretty quick. So that's a good thing. The only thing is, they will only fire if the target that's in the middle here is the one that is within the firing arc. So if there are other targets over here, and you're facing over here, and your target's right there, it won't fire until your ship turns around, faces that ship, and then it will just fire at any 3 random targets. Okay, that's pretty much how you can get training manuals. And again, once you level up, I'm pretty sure you can get level 3 once you get to, you know, a level 20 or 30 or whatever it is. And again, tactical, engineering, and science are your 3 main ones, and then intelligence, command, pilot, temporal, and miracle worker are your specialties that you can train your crew in. Okay, this thing right here is the R&D box we got from doing the Taskforce Operation Imperial Minefield. And I'll just push this thing over to the side and open it up. And then there you can see I got a few R&D materials. And again, once you get to oh, it's unlocked already. That's right, it was on level 15. As you can see, you can research certain things. I can't actually do much of anything at this point because I don't really have enough crew. So you can see here I'm missing a lot of resources. So I'm not able to do this. And also I need a crew member. So let's scroll up. I won't actually begin one, but I'll show you. You need a crew member that has science background to be able to do the research. Then you got items like this, depending on which research you're doing. Yeah, it doesn't have any. You can actually boost the output. So you'll get a success rate of 100%. Critical will give you a slightly better chance. So you'll get the component, but instead of just being a common, it could be an uncommon or a rare component. It will just come out better. But that's on particular items. So that's how that works. And that's 0 to 30. 0 of 30, not 0 to 30. Okay, so you need 30 points to get to the next level. Okay, what else can I show you about bridge officers, since I'm talking about them? I just want to get out of there. A bit dark, not a very bright area. Okay, so I showed you about their abilities. So you got space default, ground default, and you can change any of these. Now, the only thing you can't do is have more than one of these. You can unlock and learn every single thing there is, but you can't have more than one opened at any time. So they'll have the basic tactical ability and one of these abilities to choose from. So for each level of these things, you'll have the tactical and then the secondary, but you can only have one in that slot. So you got to have a team set up for, say, space battle, and another team that has abilities that are better for ground combat. So when you have your station set up, you can either have the basic tactical skills, which you get, or you can actually get special skills here that do extra sort of damage. Miracle Worker and Temporal Operatives have pretty decent options there to choose from. But as you play the game and unlock certain things, you'll find that out for yourself. To actually get these, you can buy them on the exchange, but they're extremely expensive. But once you get to a certain level on your R&D, so here, you can see that, let's see if it's here, beam array, officer training, there it is. So as you can see, you build the personal access pad, then you can build the science things here, science manuals. So once you have one of every single manual of, what do you call it? Sorry, I've gone blank again. I can't believe my brain just went, nah, not gonna let you know what's going on. There you go. Command Specialist, Intelligence Specialist, Miracle Worker, Pilot, and Temporal. So as you unlock those, you'll actually get training manual for Temporal Officer, and then you build the training manuals. You can see there's a manual, and a manual. Once you've done that, you've got one of every single Temporal Officer manual. You can actually trade all those manuals in for a Temporal Officer training manual, which you can use to actually train a Temporal Operative. So it takes a long time and a lot of effort, and that's why they're so expensive on the exchange. And we'll go and have a look at the cost of some of these things on the exchange. And when you take into account that it can take 20 hours to build a particular pad, and then you've got to update that to a next level, and then update that to a next level, it can take several days and a couple of hundred, if not a couple of thousand R&D materials. So let's training manuals. Let's just have a look at Pilot. Let's get rid of that and search. And as you can see, just for a level 1 training manual that isn't even for training the pilot themselves, you can see it's 25,000 for a basic one. And there's 213, so let's go to the last page. 1.5 million. And they are worth it. As you can see, it says the value is 10,000 energy credits. But if you're willing to pay 1.5 million to have your crew trained, that's the value of that product. So you're better off getting your R&D up, getting as much done as you can, and figuring out which particular item you want. You see here? Look at that price drop. I'd buy that. Bam. But also, you've got to take into consideration, as you can see they're 50,000 each. Actually, price? Ascending price per unit. Let's do that. So there's 2 manuals for 50,000, so the 100,000 there. So you can see that the value of it is 50,000, but you'll get 2 for 100,000. So whenever you think, why is that one 50 and that's 100? Just make sure that that 2 at 50 is not why. What else? So with this, there you go. Specialization Qualification Intelligence. So this is the pad you need to buy in order to have an intelligence officer. And you can see that it's 333,000. So why is this training manual that's needed to make it more expensive? Because that's what people are willing to pay for it, basically. If you're willing to pay 250,000 for this manual, that's how much it's worth. If you're wanting to pay 333,000 for the actual training manual that turns them into an intelligence officer, that's how much it's worth. And again, you can see 330,000. Let's see what the last page holds. Yeah, 330. If you're willing to pay it for it, that's what it's worth. So you can see I've got 3.5 million energy credits just from selling all the stuff I've collected throughout the game up until level 17. I haven't transferred energy credits from another character. These are just things that I've sold. Let's see. Yep, so there's an item there that was 1.5 million. I said there's no way it's worth that much. It's gone. Someone's paid for it. It's only worth as much as someone's willing to pay. So yeah, if you think you can get away with it, put it on the exchange. After about 5 days, it gets taken off the exchange, shoved in your mailbox, and you're told to put it back on the exchange. So like I showed you last time, if I can't sell this for $1 million, I would put it to 999,000 energy credits. It's only $1,000 credits less, but someone might be willing to pay 3 digits instead of 4 digits for it. Now look at it, go 4 digits too high, 3 digits maybe. It's only 1,000 saving, but 1,000 energy credits is 1,000 energy credits, and as you can see, the saving of 1,000, you can get three phaser pistols if you really wanted to. So, you know, everyone's got their own way of playing. There's different ways of collecting. But I personally, I won't waste money until level 60. At which point I will normally get the sets through the reputation or items through the episodes. And I'll keep the kits and the sets going, and that's what I'll give my crew. And again, I'll normally have each one of my crew with different energy damage output, just so I can get the accolades. So let's have a look at the beam weapons. Let's see. If I want to make a beam array, that's just the array that emits the beam. I can go here, and as you can see, anti-proton. And as you can see, there are 6 different types of weapon here. Energy output. Anti-proton, disruptor, phaser, plasma, polaron, and tetrion. So each one of your ships can be set up with a different type of energy output, so you can get that accolade. Or you can just keep using them until the accolade, sell them off, salvage them, dismantle them, whatever you want to do, and you go back to phases. If your goal is to be a Federation player to play phases only, but you still want to get the accolades, just do them until you get the accolades and then swap the weapons out. But like I said, all the different factions are teaming up to fight off other factions of invaders, so there is in-game canon for you to play as a Federation officer still using Klingon weapons, because within the game it makes sense. It's a storyline within the game that they've actually traded technologies to better fight the enemy coming from outside the galaxies and all that sort of stuff. So again, I think that was a pretty in-depth look at bridge officers, how to train them, how to get specific equipment for them, what their abilities are. Oh, this is one I haven't shown you. And as you can see, it's all in red, so I don't actually have the officers. So as you can see with my roster here, I've got 19 bridge officers out of 100. But if I go to the Z store, I can actually buy another 4 100 slots. I can get a Gamma Quadrant, a Federation, and then the Klingons are a separate one, and the Romulans are separate. But the Romulans can buy the Klingons, and the Romulans can buy the Federation, because the Romulans can align themselves with these two. Also, the Gamma Quadrant is a offshoot, so the Klingons can get the Gamma, and so can the Romulans. But as you can see here, 4 common officers, 2 uncommon, 1 rare, and a bonus item, which is normally a stack of commodities. Oh, there you go, Gamma Quadrant commodities. Bonus item will be one of the following. I don't think they give you provisions anymore. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't opened one of these in such a long time. A set of floor fleet mod. That's what you want. These things are expensive, but if you want the best ships in the game, you really need to have these, because the fleet ships are the strongest, basically. Okay, so these are the species that are available through this box. So if you wanted to play an all Bajoran crew, or an all Cardassian or human crew, you can actually choose which box. Humans, Andorian, I'm not sure, I think that's just a random alien species. You got the Klingons, you got the Nausicans, Orions and Klingons, the Gorn are part of the Klingon Alliance. Then the Romulans and the Remans, I think, are the only 2 within the Romulans. So if you want to play as a particular race, again, with the exchange, I'm pretty sure fleet upgrade, techs, R&D, duty officers. Okay, I don't know how to sort this into humans or anything, but as you can see, this is dark and this isn't. So this is a Klingon only officer. So Klingon officer. X-Borg is a multi-faction, and as you can see, it's a very rare. Let's have a look if I can. Here we are. So it's a 20 of 23. He's a very rare. He's a purple, and as you can see, he's 35 million credits. Don't I have this set as sort as ascending price? Let's see. So you can get aliens. There you go. A human for 20,000. And again, 20,000 you might be thinking is expensive, but if that's the price you're willing to pay, but that will fill up your duty officer roster. And again, you can get up to 100. I personally will not deal with anything less than very rare. And as you can see, you're paying an extra decimal there, an extra you get 3 digits instead of 2 digits, as I would say. And again, you can see there's two of the same officer. You can actually do that. You can actually have the entire... You can have all 500 of your officers the exact same person if you want. A ship of clones if you wanted. It's up to you. With particular... where are we? Do we have any? Here we go. With these lockboxes, you're better off going to the wiki and looking for yourself. But with these lockboxes, more details. You can actually see what you'll get. There's a ship possibility. Now, it works out to roughly 1 in 100 chance. So you'd have to open about 100 boxes to get that escort. But you might get lucky and open it on the first try. You get different consoles. Genetic resequencing, which is basically a trait for your crew. Modules for your bridge. Duty officer assignments. Phasic harmonic, additional... A random credit bonus, which goes into these things up here. Research and development pack. Again, there are the materials you need. And sometimes, not with this particular box, but sometimes you can actually get a allotment of crew. You actually get one of these things, a random assortment. There are two, I believe. The Tholians and... Damn it, I can't remember the other ones. There's a Tholian and another one. Lockbox. We can actually get Tholian crew. I think there are 6 different crew. You can't choose which one you get. If you get one, it's a random assortment. You can actually have 2 or 3 of the same and not get anything else. But there are 6 different crews you can have locked into your ship. Now, with your duty officers, let's make this bigger. I've only got 19, and these were an emergency hologram that were given to me for getting past level 16. So you'll get these automatically, and they're all, as you can see, they're all common. Nothing rare about them. But as you can see here... Oh, you can't use holograms. I didn't know that. Okay, so once you get crew in here, you go here, and you can actually take a crew from here and put them here, and that will give you a passive ability that makes the game a little easier. Your torpedoes will put a bit more damage. Your specialties will load a bit. Instead of taking 30 seconds, they'll take 20 seconds sort of thing. Same with ground. When your crew members activate a ground thing like a healing shield, there's a possibility that it will do a bit of extra healing. If they put mines down, you get extra mines. Sometimes when you beam down with a group, there's the possibility of a support drone actually beaming down with you. Sickbay and brig are basically extra people. They're not really crew as much as they are passengers, but they're different types of passengers. So if you've got a mission, a duty officer mission where you have to take sick people somewhere, then that's where they'll go until your ship arrives somewhere and drops them off, or you finish the mission. You'll have them there. Now, as you can see, everything's red. I can't do these. So if instead of going up and down every single page and clicking on every single icon to see which one's available, so that's the only one available out of these two, because red, 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 and red. So I can't do anything on the current map. And on my personal map, red, 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 and red, and this is the only green one. Instead of going through every single page and trying to figure out which one you can do, you hit filters. Show the ones that meet the requirement. So I can't do this one, so I don't meet the requirement. It will disappear, and as you can see, that's the only one I can do, and I can just go ahead and do that. So I'll actually go ahead and do that, so when I come back next video, I can show you the benefits of doing these sorts of things. And as you can see, each department head, if you have any that are available in them, like the R&D holograms aren't really a specialty crew member. They don't really have a lot of options. So as you can see, I could actually have a disastrous failure. I've got a 1 in 3 chance of failing completely, and I've got about a 50% chance of succeeding. So let's have a look. There are no rewards for this result. No rewards. That's what I'll get if I succeed, sorry. And that's what I'll get for a critical success. So there's a chance that nothing will happen. Let's have a look at this one. No result. Rewards and extra rewards. So we'll go for that one. Oh. Nothing. No results. Okay, they may have changed it. There was a possibility of the crew dying from a disastrous result. I think they may have changed that because people were losing too many crew. Well, there you go. Tactical officers. So many different opportunities here. But let's see if this list drops down quickly. Okay. I assume by this point I would... There we go. Because the officers that were available... There was only one officer that was available for all 5 of those missions. I used him in that mission. So there was no officer available for any of the others. So that's why they all disappeared. Operations. And again, one could get rid of the rest. There you go. Medical. And security. And there you have it. So active at the moment, I've got 11 missions active. And when we get back, I will see what I can do about showing you exactly what we receive. So I'll try to clear this out, or take the... Whenever you get something new, it goes to the top. So at the very least, I'll have the top row empty so we can see what we get. And then we'll look at the credits we receive. So we'll receive energy credits, we'll receive experience points, we'll receive some dilithium ore, and sometimes we'll receive some commodities. So these are basically in-game items needed for duty officer assignments, as well as finishing off other missions. Sometimes you've got to take a bundle somewhere to help a particular planet fix something. Okay, so I think I've rambled on quite a bit about bridge officers. If you have any other questions, just please leave a link, comment down below. I'm more than happy to answer if I can. I don't know everything. I'm not an expert on everything, but I do play the game a lot, so I have a bit of experience. Yeah, so if you have any comments, leave them down below. Any criticism, I'm happy to take criticism. I just ask that you keep it civil in the conversations down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.